Pokemon.
Pokemon?
Pokemon the movie joins Pokemon the video game and Pokemon the trading card as must-sees and must-haves.
The upcoming Pokemon the first movie recently caused such a frenzy that the switchboard at Warner Brothers was flooded with 70,000 calls a minute from people desperate for tickets.
In my opinion, parents should not let their kids watch Pokemon, play Pokemon, buy Pokemon cards, have anything whatsoever to do with Pokemon, because the message is violence.
I think through the holidays, guaranteed, and I can probably guarantee you there's another year and a half to this craze. It hasn't even peaked yet.
It's about that time, gamers. That time when the big N, or Nintendo for short, comes a-knocking on our door, Wiimote in hand. Give me $45 to $60, you fucking virgin nerd boy. There's a new Pokemon coming out. And we will oblige because that's just the way that God intended things to be. But Papa Sage, how did we let this happen? Well, gather round, kiddos, because Papa's got a story for you. It's an ancient tale from an ancient time about how everybody's favorite shock rat became nearly bigger than Mickey fucking Mouse. Why am I still talking like this? Fuck. The year is 1970-something, and a young boy named Satoshi is exploring his suburban Tokyo city of Makita, looking for bugs and creepy crawlies to catch, you know, as us boys do. Little did Satoshi know that vodka manufacturer Taito was taking a break from brewing up the sauce to brew up a video game. A cool cat called, fucking Space Invaders.
From CBS News, this is 30 Minutes.
In 1978, a new Japanese machine appeared on American shores. Although it looked innocent enough, this machine turned out to have some unusual powers. It kept kids mesmerized for hours, made teenage boys forget about girls, and even caused business executives to skip the 3-martini lunch.
Satoshi was obsessed with Space Invaders. So obsessed, in fact, that he began cutting classes just to play the game. Then he started to teach himself how to program, and then he handmade his own magazine called Game Freak, where he would cover the arcade gaming scene from 1981 to 1986, and then he would sell that magazine at a doujinshi shop. It's like Barnes & Noble, but for fan fiction. Ken Sugimori and other fans of Game Freak would soon become part of the project. And Satoshi and the boys quickly realized that arcade games fucking suck right now, and that's when they decided that the only way that they could fix this problem was just to make their own. And in 1989, Namco published Game Freak's first title, Mindell Palace. It's 1990, and Satoshi has the idea for Pokemon mostly complete, but it wasn't until he saw the Game Boy that's when he knew exactly what he needed to do. Eventually, when the Game Boy Link cables were developed, it was to give the handheld the same competitive multiplayer experience that had become standard since the concept of Player 2. But what Satoshi imagined was completely different. He would go on to develop a brand new interaction between players that would become so successful that it would rocket Nintendo handhelds to a success that no matter how underpowered the hardware could be, they would always remain king. When Satoshi saw the link cables in action, he imagined tiny little insects crawling along inside the wires. And that is whenever he got the idea of how he could give kids the exact same thrills that he had searching for bugs back in Makita.
So you can grab a link cable and a friend with a Game Boy, and with both packs you can catch them all.
With his idea complete, he was ready to pitch it to Nintendo, but it failed multiple times. And it wasn't until his new mentor, and my boy, Shigeru Miyamoto, helped pitch the idea, and then Nintendo finally decided to fund the project. 6 years later, Pokemon Red and Green had been completed. Released into the Japanese market, and nearly drove Game Freak into bankruptcy, because believe it or not, they weren't exactly flying off shelves at first. But all of that changed when gamers began to discover that there weren't just 150 Pokemon, but a secret 151st Pokemon that Nintendo didn't even know about. One of the programmers just snuck it in there. This secret Pokemon Mew would become an absolutely crucial part of what made Pokemon so insanely popular. Once Mew caught wind, the magazine Koro announced the legendary Pokemon offer. This contest would then give the newly discovered Pokemon to 20 lucky winners. You put your cartridge into this machine, press a button, and there you go. You and 19 other people are the proud owners of an official Mew. About 78,000 people entered this contest. And the sales for Pokemon Red and Green went through the roof. And because of this, the new and improved Pokemon Blue would hit shelves 9 months after the original game's release. It had updated art and updated sound, but that's a re-release of a game that already had 2 versions 9 months after it came out. That's insane. Suddenly Japan was struck with Pokemon fever. October 20th, 1996. 5 days after Japan got Pokemon Blue, they got the trading cards. And then in November, they got the mangas. What? God! Ah! What the fuck is that? April 97, they get the anime, with characters loosely based off of Red and Blue from the games. These characters were named Satoshi and Shigeru, respectively. Of course, this is Satoshi, the creator of Pokemon, and my boy, Shigeru Miyamoto. Due to all of this success, the localization team gets to work on bringing Pokemon to America. The team thought that Western audiences wouldn't really like the cute and cuddly designs, so they sent in a request for them to change, and fortunately, that was declined. And in September 1998, Pokemon Red and Blue were brought to America. And that was when shit got completely out of fucking control. Just as Satoshi was swept away by the Space Invaders craze, so were we by his very own Pokemon craze. And just as he adventured his home looking for creatures to capture, we did the same, but in a different way. We explored the vast fields and dark caves of the Kanto region. From the top of Mount Moon to the underside of a delivery truck, we found a home away from home.